Hello everyone, welcome to another session with me. This is Sanyukta Saxena. I'm a certified Zentangle teacher, and this upcoming series is about combining some bit of Zentangle and calligraphy. Yeah, we have done letters, tangle letters before also. In fact, I have run, I think, two series wherein we use Zentangle patterns to decorate our letters. However, we have not really touched on calligraphy. Yeah. So Zentangle uses quite a lot of brush pen or watercolors, and today we are going to touch upon a little bit of calligraphy with brush pen, and then again, as usual, use our usual tangles patterns to deck up our letters and create beautiful colorful letters. Yeah, so let's get started with today's session. What I'm going to do is start with the letter capital A today. Yeah, so I have my regular square tile here in front of me, which is 3.5 inch. I'll just adjust the camera. Yeah, and I'm first going to start with writing the letter, then we are going to tangle around it, and then we'll see if we want to add something more. We can do that later. Yeah, if you want, you can put a border or you can do without it. Just start right away. So I have couple of brush pens here. So I have my greens and I have dark blue and I have orange. So choose your colors. These are Koi coloring brush pens, watercolor brush pens. Yeah, if you have Tombow, that's also fine. So whatever is readily available with you, that's okay. So we'll write the letter A. So I'm going to go with a thin upstroke. So I'm not pressing my pen much here. Yeah, the brush pen. And then I'm going to get back with a thick downstroke. So I have added a lot of pressure on my brush pen as I come down, and then just a swash. Right? So we are starting simple today. If you want, you can add some more weight, some more color there, but we are going to start simple. Yeah. So if you want, you can add a shadow also with a different color. Choose your own color. It can be light blue also, right? So I'm using orange here. So just ensure that there are 1, 2, and 3 strokes here. So you add the shadow on the same side of the stroke. So if I'm adding it on the left side, so I'm going to start here, add a shadow, just redoing, adding another aura. Again, this swash, it is on the left side, so I'm going to add a shadow here, and again the thick down stroke, I'm going to add a shadow here, and this goes up, so probably you can add it here. Yeah, so that's to start with. In our first session, it's a simple A. So now that we have written our letter A, let us get to tangling first, and then we shall see if we want to add more things. Yeah, so the inside of the A, I'm using my Micron oven here. You want, you can use a bolder nib. The inside of the A, I'm just going to add some simple auras. Yeah, so I have just auraed the inside, just mimicking the space inside and then repeating it. Yeah, so just filling up the space, inner space, with repeating auras like this, and I'm going to do the same thing here also, but again it's optional. You want to do something else, please go ahead, you can add tangles in this part also. So I'm just going to connect this and add auras inside. Take your time. It's something like a tangle called coherent, where you just create sections and then aura each of those sections. Irrespective of whatever is the shape, just add repeating auras inside each section. That's a tangle coherent. Yeah. Now we can start to tangle. Now it's up to you, your choice of tangles. I am first going to add some mukas. So please go with the tangles that come to you easily. Again, adding a flux there, adding some bit of weights here and there, and adding some tipples. Yes, and then I'm going to add a tangle called Eophor, which is a floral tangle, kind of a flower tangle, drawing a petal shape. In fact, 2 or 3 of these petal shapes, and a fine dotted line inside. Again, drawing another one. So just in case you're new to this tangle, I have done my series on tangles by CZTs where I have taught these tangles, so you might want to watch, right? And then again I'm going to add some bit of mukas. Mukas come pretty handy as filler tangles. I'm going to place some caviars, not thinking much where, what, just going with whatever spaces I have. Some poke root or poke leaves or rixties. Basically going with botanical tangles. Again, some sprinkle. I'm drawing slowly so that you can see how am I going about drawing them. So again, I'm just going to add some auras here, not really adding anything. Some bit of blacks here and there, always a good idea. Tipple. Yeah, so that's one part. Again, you can add some caviars. You can add some rixties here also. Mostly sticking to botanical organic tangles, at least in this first session. Then if you want to add some bit of drama, you can go with some bunzo. So that will add some bit of drama to your alphabet. So bunzo is like you can add it in any fashion, anywhere. Whatever direction you want to move it, you can. Yeah. So just filling up this space with bunzo. And then probably you can add some bit of vertigo, whole lot of organic tangles that I'm using here. I'm drawing it slowly so you can watch me drawing, and you can also refer to my previous videos if you are new to the tangle. So I will give you the name of these tangles towards the end of this session. Just drawing the second layer of leaves, petals, crossing over the first, drawing in just about any direction, not thinking much where, what. You can insert some orbs here. Goes well with the tangle vertigo. Yes. And then just continue with some more mukas probably, because they go well in these tiny spaces. One more Euphor. something like this. Take your time slowly. Enjoy the process. Don't haste up. One tangle at a time. And then you can add some more auras here. Caviar stipples, they are nice filler tangles. They just easily fill up any kind of space. Yeah. You can probably add one more here. I think we don't need more. If you want, you can add one or two fescues or sprinkle. That's about it. Let's keep it simple. Yeah. So that's our A. Let's add some bit of shade. So I'm just going to add inside about half. Yeah. As far as these tangles are concerned, again, you can add shading the usual way you shade. Just soft touches, since there is not much spaces. You don't want the entire thing go gray. So just make sure you stick to the minimum. Yeah. The mocha heads. So just try and keep it delicate. Choose tangles which look delicate. More of floral and organic tangles. At least today I've used those tangles. We'll try out different kind of tangles and see how our letter looks like. It's not necessary that we choose the same kind of tangles in every session, just touching a few places, not much space to shade there. Yeah. So now if you want, you can add some bit of background. For example, if you have your scoring tool handy. So this is the scoring tool, and if you don't have it readily available, then you can use any pen. Just take out the refill and you can use this part of the pen to create those impressions on the paper. Yeah. So I'm just using this tool to create some impressions on the paper. So I'm pressing it hard and just adding some print terms surrounding my letter at a few places, just creating a subtle background. That's about it, nothing much. And as I mentioned, you can do that with a simple pen also. Anything which is sharp, not too sharp, because we just want it for creating an impression on the paper. Yeah, so just you can add it randomly wherever you wish to. So I'm pressing it hard, that's the only thing, so that it creates that impression. I hope you can see it. Yeah. Just take your time and do that exercise. wherever you wish to. Yeah. And now I'm just using my Totlon, whatever is there, I'm just going to run it over my impression. Right, so it will just provide a soft, subtle background. Or what you can do is just use your Gellyroll over a gray background. Just add some graphite on your tile and then use a Gellyroll over it. That is also an option. Yeah. So that's our letter, and the last thing that I'm going to do is use some bit of chalk. So if you have some colored chalks available with you, good idea. Otherwise you can just skip this stage. So I have this Creta color orange chalk pencil with me, and I'm just going to run it at the edges over the border that I drew. Not much, just some touches. Yeah. And then I'm just going to use a different blending stub and kind of soften the chalk to create a subtle orange background instead of the absolute white. Just use a different blending stub and soften the pastel pencil. So I'll list down all the tools that I will be using during these sessions, upcoming sessions, in the description section of the video, so you can have a look. If you want to arrange for those tools, you can do that also. However, whatever is readily available with you, it would be nice to go with them. So that's a soft orange background to our letter A. Yeah. So that's about it. I don't think we need to add anything else. If you want, you can add some black pearls, some caviars flying here and there. That's always an option, but it's up to you. That's only if you don't want the tile to look blank. But our focus here is on the letter, so it's again optional. If you want to, you may just add a shadow underneath and you are sorted. Yeah. So that's our letter A. I'm going to put in my chop here. Right. Sign and date it. And I shall see you again in the next session. We'll do one more alphabet. We'll also learn some bit of brush pen calligraphy. If you wish, you could practice those strokes also. So just take a brush pen, hold your hand at an angle. Don't hold your hand like this. And practice the upstroke that we use today and the downstroke. Right, so I'm not putting much pen pressure. I'm not putting much pressure on my brush pen when I'm going up. However, I'm pressing it hard when I'm coming down, and I'm holding the pen at an angle. So up and down. Right, So these strokes can be practiced. If you do want to learn some bit of brush pen calligraphy also, although I will be showing it in every session of mine, right? So a thin upstroke, or the entry or exit stroke as we call, thin, not much pressure on the pen, and then a full pressure stroke, a downstroke, is what we used for our letter today. And use or hold the pen at an angle, yeah, and a swash, of course, right? I shall see you again in the next session. We'll learn some bit of calligraphy and also create beautiful tangle letters like we did today. See you in the next session. Bye bye.